Welcome to Flory Models Daily Vlog. Here we are on Friday the 27th of November 2015 and the end of a really busy week. Finishing off obviously on the Helix, you've probably seen the photos, finished doing the photos on this. Probably going to be another 2, maybe 3 parts of this one still to go on this. I might stretch them out to be sort of 45 minutes a piece, so we can push through on this one. As I said, I spoke about it in the forum, various bits and pieces. I have fallen in love with this particular kit. Something I never thought I'd do in a million years, but definitely now I've done it. It's one of those ones, really happy I was pushed into doing it. And that's what we're saying. Sometimes a little bit of a push in the right direction pushes you somewhat, you wouldn't want to do it, and then all of a sudden you find a real love for these things. And I love doing helicopters now. I've really, it's just the weathering techniques. You take the best of armour and the best of aviation and you bring them together for your weathering, and you end up with stuff that you can do on a helicopter like this. Absolutely loved every minute of it. Thank you for all the kind feedback on Facebook and obviously on the forum for that one. Really enjoyed it. I hope you've enjoyed it, and definitely recommend that kit to anybody to go out and do that one. Friday is obviously kit review day, so we've got lots of kit reviews up for you this week. Starting off with, we've got the Star Wars Slave 1, Bandai's latest one. I know a lot of people worried about the back end of this one, the back end, the bottom if you like, of it, because the detail, a lot of people saying the detail isn't there and all the rest of it. I think people are missing the beat here. This is 1:144 scale, i.e. little people, so consequently the detail is something that needs to sort of be squashed and refined and done all the bits and pieces. So when you're doing it from a scale point of view, I think it's all perfectly acceptable. I can't find a fault with it, and obviously with these things, again, it's all about the weathering. The weathering is going to be the make or break for this particular model, and because you're dealing with a model that looks about 1/72 scale, if you're honest, when you're looking at it in your hand, actually is to 1:44, your weathering is going to have to reflect that as well. So it's going to make it, I don't think a tricky one, because I still think, your techniques are roughly going to be the same, but definitely I think it's going to make it more of a challenge perhaps than doing some of the other schemes, standard schemes like X-Wings, TIE Fighters, things like that. And that's why I'm hoping that we're going to be doing that one, obviously, in the next couple of weeks, or definitely during December, because I'm really looking forward to getting my teeth into this one, because the weathering will be something similar to this on that. Okay, so really fantastic. Looking forward to that, and we'll speak about that more in a minute. The Panther. This is an old kit, and I must admit I do go on a full-on rant about this one, purely because it's Trumpeter's early days, and everyone knows we used to take the mick out of Trumpeter the Riveter, because the riveting was either non-existent or massively over the top. They've got it fine now, but it's really nice to go back and look at a kit from a company's early days. Now, I know it's not one of their first kits, they've been going a couple of years by now, but definitely from the point of view, this thing was around about 2005 it was developed, 2006 release, and it shows, because it's one of those things, you look at it and you're thinking, it's very boring, it's very bland, there's not a lot going on in here, there's only 4 sprues, and all the rest of it. The clear parts are beautifully clear, no problem with it, but it's just a little bit, it's not there, okay? But then you look at Trumpeter today, and to be honest, we've got one of their kits over there is going to be up for review next week, which is the MiG-23, and you compare the two, and it's like chalk and cheese. You can see exactly where the company was, and and now where it is, and all those details. And what I basically go on about is that, when the early 2000s, people, if you wanted a cockpit, say, or wheel wells to look detailed, you would always go down aftermarket, so you get a resin replacement or a photo etch set. Nowadays, modern kits that are coming down the line now, you can almost forgive the cockpit because they're almost to the level. They're not quite as good as resin, and I think obviously photo etch, colour photo etch is the best thing ever invented. But from a point of view of overall detail, they are pretty much getting there. The kit manufacturers have really been able to refine their detail, give that 3D effect inside cockpits and a scale value as well that really works very well. So now you probably heard me say this before, that I've always said, if you were to do kits on the cheap, if you like, or you're just into your building and you're not worried about all the very fine details, as I always say, that a resin ejector seat goes a long way to liven up a cockpit, okay? Because ejector seats always tend to be the weak point in any type of kit. Decent set harnesses, things like that on there really make every type of aircraft aviation one, certainly, okay? Nowadays, wheel wells are so good, you don't really have to worry about them so much. Yeah, a little bit of livening up with some lead wire, and you're on par with anything resin can do. So definitely from that point of view, coming on leaps and bounds. And as we know with Trumpeter and Hobby Boss, they do a lot of the electronics bays now, where traditionally that'd be cut it out, put a resin replacement in and all things like that. But it's nice to go back and see one of the early kits and see where they are and where they're going. Okay, and that's what I'm saying, is they're always moving forward, Trumpeter. There's always new kits coming out that are sort of pushing the boundaries of what injection molding can do, especially in the hobby. It was absolutely fantastic. So it's quite nice to look back. My only drawback to this thing is the kit stinks and it's rusty. The staples in the booklet are rusty, and it's got mold marks in it and all the rest of it, which is amazing, because actually I only bought it from Creative 2 weeks ago. So there you go. The other one we did is we had a look at this guy. This is the Vault A7 Corsair 2. It's the mini series. I didn't mention it during the review. I don't know why it slipped my mind, but this is what they call the mini series, which is the thinner books compared to their other ones they do. We've looked at already. We've looked at the Harrier and the Tornado one. Thick, heavily detailed, all the plans and everything in. This is the cut down mini version for the Corsair. Okay, and this is their number 2 in the series. Beautiful book. Have a look at the review. We have a good flick through it. You see most of the pages in there as well, and it is absolutely fantastic and well worth it. Definitely one to go out and get for your collection from references, not even if you're not into Corsair, but the weathering alone is a masterclass, because it shows you exactly how aircraft weather with flat paint schemes, with oil and definitely moisture building up between panel lines, and shows you extremely well. Last up, little quick one, is our very own Ron on the site. Ron, you've seen here, he basically comes in time to time from the live shows. He's had this little baby on the back burner for a couple of months now, but he's now released it. This is the masking set for the tails for the 2015 scheme for the red arrows, and he's done it. So all you got to do is put these down, mask it up and respray it. Now what I might do, if I get a bit of time during December, is actually repaint the tail of my Hawk, because it's horrible. It went slightly wrong. The guys who know it's slightly out of alignment on the tail the way I painted it, so I might repaint it and then use Ron's set here to actually fix the tail problem and put it into well, this year's scheme with the Union Jack flying on the tail. But it said £5 available from the forum. Go and speak to him in there and he'll sort you out. He is planning, or could be planning I should say, a 1/48th version as well, and could possibly do a 1/72nd, although I would think that'd be incredibly fiddly. But have a word with him and he will sort you out with these. But beautiful little set, full letter of instructions and everything else, and the review is on the site right now for you. So, right, what's going to happen next week? I hear you all ask, if that will stand up. No? Right, next week is obviously a new month, so don't forget, make sure you get your name and your entry in on the forum for your members for the actual prize draw. Where it is, I've got to see, I don't even know where it is now, it's in here somewhere. It's for the Hawk, it's the Hobby Boss Hawk and a full set of Flory model Sanders, so combined it's worth well over 50 quid and all the rest of it. So if you want to get down to that for the prize draw, make sure you get your name down in there. It's in the forum, it's in the prize draw section, and then make sure you're in. And then on Monday we will draw the winner for that, and the prize for obviously next month, which quite frankly is Star Wars related, and it is quite a large Bandai kit, which I'm going to give away for next month as our special Star Wars month is going to start. Now obviously Star Wars month, it's going to be huge. We all know by the 18th everyone's going to be climbing the walls. I'm busy playing Battlefront at the moment, Star Wars most evenings as well, and absolutely love that. But what we're planning on doing is a series of things. I'm obviously going to build all the Bandai stuff, is my primary goal. There's a couple other things I'm going to talk about as well, and that's repainting other kits and bringing them up to speed. Some of the cheaper kits, shall we say, by Revel, the snap tight kits, which are absolutely fantastic. I'm going to be looking at repainting, showing about repainting those, detailing, weathering and all stuff like that. I'm going to put up a poll for what you guys want me to build. Now obviously I'm planning on doing all the figure set anyway, but there's going to be a poll up there because obviously, you know, I'm on limited time for December to do these, but I'm going to try and do as many as possible. Now the ones I'm definitely doing are going to be the Y-Wing and the Slave and obviously the Millennium Falcon. After that you guys can choose which other ones I want to do. Okay, you want me to do in the site. Now don't panic if you're not a Star Wars fan, because there's still going to be reviews and all the other bits and pieces and the gossip, and obviously we're going to be looking at all your great work and everything else like that through the non-Star Wars. So don't panic if you're thinking I hate Star Wars, I'm just going to go and die for December. and come out in time for Christmas, because we are still going to have other things, but obviously next month is going to be sort of Star Wars related. All right, so we're going to have a couple of live shows as well. The live show is going to make a return. I've got some special guests going to be joining me here in the studio. We're going to be building Star Wars, talking Star Wars and all the bits and pieces, and we're going to put some films and watch the films live with you guys. So if we all press play together, we can talk about it and discuss it as we make our way through and that. So we're going to have a couple of evenings with that coming up during December as well, and lots of other fun. I'm going to do some random prizes, some things you have to look out for and all the rest of it, and some competitions for sticker sets and all this type of thing. So it's all the run up to the Christmas and the Christmas festivities and all things like that. But as you can imagine, it's all going to be pretty much Star Wars related. But if you're not into Star Wars, fear not. We've still got great things coming up next month. We've got the Westland Wessex Fly reviews. They're going to be up next month. We've got Trumpeter's MiG-23, the BH, is it BH? BN Flogger H. So we've got the review of that and a lot more other Star Wars non-related stuff as well. So that's about it for me this week. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for all your kind feedback on the site and on the Facebook page and everything else like that. What I'm going to do now is leave you with your fantastic reveals from this week's gallery. So until next Monday, everybody, happy modelling.